Welcome, this is Andrew Skiff. I'm here over at Sacred Heart School and wanted to welcome you to our virtual safeguarding session. Unfortunately, we weren't able to meet in person this weekend, but I'm delighted to have you joining me virtually. Thank you very much for being here and taking the time to dive into this very important question that's intrinsic to me, to you, to everyone who is a human. How do we relate to other human beings? That's the question we're seeking to tackle today with safeguarding. It might not be quite what you were expecting, just given the word safeguarding, you might have had something else in mind, but that's how we're going to frame the whole day. Yes, we will talk about the abuse scandal in the church, this tragic scenario that has given rise to our current safeguarding protocol that we have. For myself, for my catechists, for everyone who works on behalf of the parish, needs to go through these training videos and sessions, formally called safeguarding, precisely as a response to the dire scandal that we find ourselves in the early 2000s and as recently even as 2018. There's a real need in our church to examine this very question. How do I relate to you? How do you relate to each other? How do we relate with the community of people around us, strangers, family, friends, even enemies, as Christ calls us to in the Gospels? Love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you is his calling to us. Not just how do we relate to others, but we extend this. The way we relate to each other is in some way a reflection of how we can relate to God. If we see Christ in other people, the way we love them is the way we love the Father. So if that's your question, if it has been a question for you in the past, how do I love well our Lord, who I don't see, who it's hard to find tangibly in the world, especially in our modern era? Where do I find God and how do I love him? In other people. Which is why we take time today to discuss relationship with friends, family, the local community, ourselves, and our Lord.